Small countries don't survive by being morally consistent. They survive by being careful. Singapore learned this early. Maduro believed sovereignty would protect him. Singapore never made that mistake. That's why when Russia invaded Ukraine, we spoke firmly, and when US struck in Venezuela, we spoke carefully. People call this hypocrisy. In reality, this is survival. April 2025, when Ho Ching reposted an article harshly criticizing Xi Jinping, calling him a mafia boss, the backlash was immediate. The same voices warned about red line, bilateral damage, and provoking a major power. They understood power perfectly then, but when it comes to foreign policy, they suddenly pretend all power are equal. They are not. International law does not erase power differences. It operates inside them. Small states cannot survive if they act like big powers. Venezuela thought it could, and it nearly cost them everything. Maduro didn't just lean on China, he bet on China as Venezuela's strategic lifeline. Beijing didn't just buy oil, it loaned billions, tied to future shipments and a strategic cooperation. Over time, China became Venezuela's largest creditor and the biggest oil partner. When the US struck in January 2026 and captured Maduro, China's condemnation was strong, but no boots came to his rescue. That's because big powers will support allies when it suits their own strategic interest, not simply because of loyalty. Now, contrast that with Singapore. Singapore doesn't survive by picking sides. It survives by reading power accurately and acting quietly. When we train with US military, we also maintain channels with China's PLA. When Washington hears reassurance, Beijing hears respect. In public, our language is calibrated. We affirm China as our largest trading partner while still calling our cyber intrusion and security threats, without turning them into public accusation. This isn't fence-sitting, it's strategic navigation. Singapore understands something Maduro didn't. International law matters, but power determines who enforces it. We know which country underwrites global trade routes, financial systems, and security stability. But saying it out loud gains us nothing and risks everything. So instead, Singapore makes itself indispensable to all sides. As a hub, a partner, and a stabilizer. That's how small states survive in a dangerous world. Singapore has never claimed international law is enforced the same way on everyone. So, we don't have to promise identical language towards every power. What we have been consistent about is this. We speak and act according to how the system actually works, and not how we wish it would. Russia's invasion of Ukraine crossed the line that matters existentially to small states. If borders can be changed by force, then no small country is safe. So we spoke firmly, not out of moral purity, but self-preservation. United States, however, is not just another country. It is the central pillar of the post-war international system, the power that underwrites global trade, financial stability, and the security guarantees. That's not praise, it's structure. For a small island nation depend on globalization, openly confronting the pillar will be suicidal. And that's where the real lesson begins.
You saw the dragon between you and her.
That was only one of them.
Just two more.
Don't you mean we're
No, I do not. Dragons are where our partnership ends.
In Game of Thrones, Bronn survives not by fighting dragons, but by knowing exactly which dragon to stand next to. For small states like Singapore, neutrality alone is not enough. We have to climb the hierarchy, from being legally protected on paper to becoming strategically untouchable in practice.